The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential.
We're in the pool area of Brookfield Central High School, home of the Lancers. Hi and welcome to Preps Plus. Alongside Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel Preps editor Mark Stewart, I'm Lance Allen from today's TMJ4.
Tonight we got plenty of football highlights on the way, plus we're going to meet a cross-country team that keeps getting faster and faster.
We'll start tonight's show by meeting an acrobatic young lady from right here at Brookfield Central.
She excels in multiple sports and in school. Here's Brad Preeter with the Boston Store featured student athlete.
Well, freshman year, I was just kind of like doing it for fun, and then sophomore year, I started to take it a little bit more seriously. But junior year is when I definitely started to take it more seriously, and I think that's why I improved so much.
Caitlin Locante has risen steadily since she began diving competitively. She placed 10th at the WIAA state meet as a sophomore, then skyrocketed to second place last year.
Her gymnastics background is very helpful. She's very consistent, she's very confident, and highly motivated.
Most divers seem to have a favorite dive or category of dives. Caitlin's favorite is the full twisting 1.5. She says her experience in club gymnastics makes that easier for her.
Twisting comes hard to some people, but it's always just come easy to me because of gymnastics. And so full twisting 1.5 is, it looks like a hard dive, but it's just really fun to twist. I don't know, it's just kind of easy for me.
She could do a whole championship meet with various twisting dives. She's that good at them.
While Caitlin attends Brookfield Central, her practices alternate between Central and here at Brookfield East as the two schools share their diving coach. Caitlin's success can be an inspiration for younger divers from either school.
She's just such a good diver, and she always inspires me to do my best, and just watching her dive inspires me to just be like her kind of, and how good she is.
Being a talented athlete with a good intellect is a great combination for diving, because most of the sport, or a lot of the sport, is mental. Can you make your body do these things in the air or off the board so quickly, so powerfully? She's both smart and athletic.
Caitlin's intelligence is reflected in the classroom as well. She earns outstanding grades while balancing schoolwork with her sports.
Caitlin's talents extend far beyond the diving board. In fact, last year in gymnastics, she was WIAA state runner-up in the all-around. And aside from that, she's a pretty good pole vaulter too.
In March, Caitlin helped Central finish 4th in the team standings at state gymnastics, in addition to her runner-up finish in the all-around. The pole vault is the third element of her acrobatic trifecta. She soared as high as 10 feet 3 inches. Caitlin is realistic about her chances of moving up to become state champion on the diving board. She uses that possibility to remind herself to keep challenging herself.
Every time I'm afraid of doing something, I think about do you want to win state? That's kind of what's running through my head. I really do want to win, but there are a lot of great divers I know, so I would honestly be happy with just getting on the podium, but it is a goal of mine to win state.
If she does 11 good dives, whether she's 1st or 5th, it's going to be okay, because that's what we work for, is her doing the best that she can.
Caitlin has decided that she would like to continue diving in college, so right now she's in the process of trying to find a school that would be the right fit.
That's right, Lance. But here's an easier decision where she's going to hang her featured student athlete plaque, courtesy of Boston Store. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, you go.
It's Boston Store's Goodwill Sale, now through Saturday, October 1st. Save 25 to 55% store-wide. Plus, for each item donated, receive a coupon good for up to an extra 25% off. Save on cosmetics and fragrances and your favorite brands, even hot buys. Like with your Goodwill Sale coupon, 50% off ladies' packable down jackets. Men's suit separates $99.99 as a suit. And $25.49 Keurig K-Cup value packs. It's so easy to save while helping your community. Boston Store, your style.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle. Our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
Welcome back to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinels Preps Plus, coming to you this week from Brookfield Central.
And Mark, to the gridiron we go. From the North Shore to the Midwest Classic Conference, we've got it covered.
A big crowd at Germantown High School included a huge group of cheerleaders who were hoping to see their team hand Whitefish Bay its first North Shore Conference defeat. Facing fourth down, the Warhawks pitch to Wayman McNeil, who's not running but throwing. He gets just enough on the pass for Jack Burskala to haul it in. A 24-yard touchdown, Germantown up 7-3. On Bay's next possession, Dan Lockich puts a helmet on the ball to knock it free. Brady Stroik recovers, great field position for G-Town, and Stroik is fired up. His team's offense takes advantage when senior QB Colin Saffey battles his way to the end zone. Momentum to the Warhawks, they're up 14-3. Bay battles back as their junior signal caller Cade Garcia hits a wide open Alex Anthony. It's 14-10 at the half. Blue Duke fans would see their team take the lead early in the third. Patrick now finds a hole and cruises in, 16-14 Bay on top. Germantown retakes the lead on this field goal by Jack Burskala. Later, Bay tries to get back on top with their own field goal, but Zach Lahosik's attempt is blocked by Colton Thomas. Wayman McNeil picks it up, and he is gone. It's a 70-yard touchdown return, plus a two-point conversion. Germantown now leads 25-16. But the Blue Dukes won't go away. They quickly march downfield, and Cade Garcia hits Alex Anthony on a 28-yard strike. Bay is back within 2. After a 3-and-out from their defense, the Blue Dukes drive again. It's Garcia to Michael Kirkendall, and they're in field goal range. They're not afraid to try it again. This time, Zach Lahosik's boot is good from 24 yards out. Bay now leads by 1 with only 35 seconds left.
I just put the last one out of my head because my coaches have always said, just kick one kick at a time, and nothing else matters if you just pay attention to this one kick.
Bay's defense seals it in the final seconds. David Thompson steps in front of the pass and takes it to the house. Whitefish Bay wins a thriller 32-25. The Blue Dukes remain tied with Homestead atop the North Shore Conference.
You know it's going to be a tough battle every time, and you just got to come ready to play. And it was like this tonight, getting down early, coming back late, and just a miraculous finish to the game.
We're just a little over a month into the high school football season, and oh boy, do we already have a great matchup in the Midwest Classic Conference between two 5-0 unbeaten teams. Lake Country Lutheran taking on the University School of Milwaukee. USM will take the ball down the field 70 yards and getting a chunk of those yards on this passing play. Wildcats quarterback David Hunton finds wide receiver Trippy Greeby. And on the very next play, USM running back Justin Trammell just made reservations for 6 please. Wildcats take a 7-0 lead. If we're showing you a special team play, well, that means something special just happened. Lake Country Xander Miller receives a kick on the 20-yard line, takes it up the middle, makes a cut, then he tells the defense, holla back. Xander takes it 80 yards to the house. In the second quarter, the Lightning put this game away. First, Adam Milkey would take the toss and gain 15 tough yards. Lightning sophomore quarterback Ethan Wilkins connects with wideout Brady Kerwin, and Lake Country improves to 6-0 with a 40-14 win against the University School of Milwaukee.
Coming into the games, we wanted to shut down their running game. We knew they came with 2 good running backs, Will Kennedy and Justin Trammell. and we want to shut down the run game. And we knew that if we'd hit them hard early with our big hitters, that would wear them down and definitely make them not want to run. We wanted to force them into the pass, which is funny because they got a really good quarterback and a really good receiver, but we wanted to make them one-dimensional. So yeah, definitely hitting them hard. I knew it would take a toll on them. They didn't have any subs, so that definitely helps to our advantage.
We just played as a team, and that was our quarterback's one of his first games, so that was really good to see him just kind of work into the offense and stuff like that.
Both Pewaukee and New Berlin Eisenhower had been dominant in the first few Woodland West Conference games this season.
These two front runners went head-to-head in the Preps Plus Game of the Week.
As we approach the midway point of the conference season, the cream has definitely risen to the top in the Woodland. New Berlin Eisenhower hosting Pewaukee tonight, both squads sitting at 3-0. The winner will sit in the driver's seat in the Woodland West. The Pirates are unbeaten at 5-0, number 5 in the state D3 poll, while the Lions are roaring as well with 4 straight victories. Opening drive for Ike, Jake Belongia navigates some heavy traffic. He finds the end zone, 7-0 Lions. The Pirate defense digs in from there. Bryce Miller back to pass for the Lions, but Blaze Beltran corrals him for a big loss. The Pirate offense does their part. Josh Swanson to a wide-open Michael Walters. He loses his helmet, but keeps the ball. 7-6 Ike at halftime. More Pirate points in the third thanks to Seth Bickett. Here he submarines for the score. Visitors jump on top 13-7. Then it's Bickett right up the gut for 14 yards. Pirates now lead 20-7. And there's no Pewaukee let up in the fourth. Carl Renz breaks a few tackles, spins, and he is in. 26-7 Pirates. It's over, right? Wrong. The Lions mount an amazing comeback. Miller with the perfect toss to Belongia. They add the 2-pointer and Ike trails just 26-15 with 3 minutes to play. Then after a Lion defensive stop and a field goal cuts the lead to 8, the Ike onside kick is recovered by Jack Angiola. The Lions back in business and they take full advantage. Miller on the roll and he fires a pinpoint strike to Sullivan Kulju. Incredibly, Ike has now pulled within 2 points. Now the convert for the tie, but Michael Miosi saves the day for the Pirates with the deflection. And after Josh Geisel recovers the onside kick, Pewaukee can finally breathe a sigh of relief. The Pirates hang on for the 26-24 win to stay perfect on the season.
I think our Wisco game, we had to fight out that one. And I think we learned a lot from that game. We led for 13 seconds, I believe, in that game. Ended up winning it. So having a game like that really taught us how to fight at the end, and we made the play when we really needed to.
Give them credit. Our kids came up and made good plays. They made a better play. But in the end, when they had to go for 2 to get a win, someone made a play. And I couldn't be prouder of the way these guys bowed up at the end and finished it off.
Coming up on Preps Plus, we're going to meet the speedy members of the cross-country team from DSHA. We're also going to get to know the members of the Packers 2016 rookie class.
And Mark, I know you never miss it, but if you ever missed a portion of Preps Plus, you can check it out in all the segments on the Preps Plus website, jsonline.com, and also find out where we're headed and who will be covering each week on all the social media platforms. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Whether it's time to get away or just get back in touch with what's important, the vintage-inspired, laid-back style of Rough Hewn can take you anywhere you want to go. Rough Hewn, well made to be well worn. Exclusively at Boston Store. Your store, your style.
Think of joint pain like a warning light in your car. It means something in your body isn't working right or could be damaged. And the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network is where you go to keep everything in working order. Our orthopedic and spine specialists will show you all your options, from non-surgical remedies like physical therapy to minimally invasive treatments and advanced surgical techniques to get you going again. Isn't it good to know what is possible?
Dean Lowry won 2 state football championships in high school. Then he went on to Northwestern, where he earned his degree in economics.
Lowry joins us in this week's edition of From Preps to Pros.
I would say high school is where I first really fell in love with football. It was the first time I really got into the whole off-season programs of lifting, working out, year-round, and that's really when I think I fell in love with the game and just the team aspect of football.
Hailing from Rockford, Illinois, and attending college at Northwestern, Dean Lowry was bred to be a Bears fan. But he always respected his new team in Green Bay, so the call on draft day was an easy one to take.
Growing up, I was more of a Bears fan, so it's kind of different, but it changed very quickly, obviously. And I've always appreciated just the way the Packers play and just their players that have played here before, and even the guys in the locker room now, so it's a special place.
The transition from college to the NFL has been an ongoing process for Dean. He appreciates the strong commitment needed to excel at this level.
I think just the speed of the game is different. I think just everything from practice to the game, and really just everyone's here for a reason. There's so many high-quality players, and you really have to be focused every day and really hone in each day and give it your best.
High school athletes may dream of a shot in the pros, but Dean's advice is to savor your prep experience.
I would say just really enjoy where you're at right now, and I think high school's a time where that's the guys you really grew up with in your area, and it's a special time, it's a special brotherhood, high school is, so really just take full advantage of that and appreciate that.
Dean's theory on becoming a pro involves plenty of hard work.
I would say a pro is somebody who just understands preparation. I think in the NFL, it's all about preparing for your opponent on the field, and, in the classroom, in the film room. So really just understanding, what it takes, the process of the desired outcome, and really taking those steps necessary.
Dean is a big advocate of education, and he visits local schools, stressing the importance of the classroom.
Education's a big part of just excelling in football too, because I know a lot of guys throughout the years who are great athletes, but they really don't have the grades. So I think when I was back in college, I always tried to visit local elementary schools to really just show them the importance of football and academics, because they really both work together.
The cross-country team at Divine Savior Holy Angels has been coming on strong lately. The Dashers won a couple of huge meets, soaring up the state poll in the process.
Craig Harden checks in with the Preps Plus Team of the Week.
The young ladies at Divine Savior Holy Angels are dashing through the competition when it comes to cross-country meets this season. The squad entered the week as the #2 ranked team in the Wisconsin cross-country poll.
I was a little surprised. Of course, 14 to #2, it's a pretty big jump. But we've just been, trying to make sure that it hasn't really changed the atmosphere of the team, because, a big jump like that can get to your head pretty easy. But we try to keep it nice and cool and level.
It's a great feeling too to jump from 14th to 2nd, and I think we worked for it, so I think it's due. So
we believed that we were probably a top 5 or top 10 team based on our finish at last year's state meet. We were 5th in last year's state meet. We had 5 returners.
And having those 5 runners returning definitely helps when it comes to bringing a group of 40-plus runners together.
It can definitely be really difficult to have a nice
nice team atmosphere with such a big team, but we have a special meet dedicated to, getting to know everyone pretty well and having the team bonding. And, in everyday practice, you get to run with a bunch of different people and learn about them.
Chemistry, it's interesting because so many people think that cross country is an individual sport, but I'm kind of in disagreement with that because sure, the races are individual, but I mean, so much of the time you're talking to people, you're forming connections, your daily runs, the hill workouts, everything. So I think you do grow as a team and you grow to make relationships with people like seniors and freshmen, and other sports might not necessarily grow as a team and grow a relationship, but in cross country that's really apparent.
And apparently it's okay to feel a little fatigue when you run because it's normal.
Everybody gets tired, even people who are well trained. But obviously you can improve your aerobic capacity, improve your anaerobic capacity, and you build confidence as you're doing workouts and you're getting yourself more fit. But everybody's out there who's running a 5K the right way is tired.
It's especially mentally tough, but when you're running with a teammate or running for your team, it makes it a whole lot easier to keep going and get faster.
90% of cross country is a mental sport, which might seem pretty crazy, but when you're out there, it's you and your mind. Running is such a simple sport and people tend to overcomplicate it, but we try to keep it where running a race is just how to get from point A to point B as fast as you can.
Divine Savior Holy Angels are doing a great job getting from A to B faster than any other team, and the Dashers are still looking ahead.
The big goal for the season is to come out and improve every single day and run the best race that we can on the day of the state meet.
The ultimate goal for the team is, just to give it our all at the end of the day. There's nothing more that we can ask.
DSHA Cross Country, congratulations, you're the team of the week.
Hey, I'm J.R. Radcliffe from Lake Country Publications and Now Newspapers. The biggest story on our websites this week is about former Arrowhead standout Taylor Amon, now a pole vaulter with the University of Wisconsin women's track and field team. She's going to be participating in the popular game show American Ninja Warrior when it rolls out its Teen College edition on the Esquire network later in November. Check that out at lakecountrynow.com. You can also find all things Milwaukee area football at The Push, located at mycommunitynow.com/push. And it's there that you can find links to my podcast, Initial Reaction. This week we talk Badgers with the Badger Nation's Benjamin Worgel, and last week we talked with Houston Texans superstar J.J. Watt. Preps Plus, we'll be right back.
It's Boston Store's Goodwill Sale, now through Saturday, October 1st. Save 25 to 55% store-wide. Plus, for each item donated, receive a coupon good for up to an extra 25% off. Save on cosmetics and fragrances and your favorite brands, even hot buys. Like with your Goodwill Sale coupon, 50% off ladies' packable down jackets. Men's suit separates $99.99 as a suit. And $25.49 Keurig K-Cup value packs. It's so easy to save while helping your community. Boston Store, your style.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
The immediate care after an ankle injury is pretty well known with the PRICE principle: protect, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. As long as a fracture has been ruled out, the rehabilitation process can start almost immediately. While you're elevating, you can point and flex the ankle in sets of 30 to help decrease swelling and regain your range of motion. Once you're able to walk, a good exercise to include is resisted sidestepping, placing the band under the pads of your feet to add some extra ankle strengthening. Proprioception or balance training is essential after an ankle injury. One way to achieve this is with the Y balance exercise. The injured ankle can start balancing on the floor and can be progressed to balancing on a pillow or an uneven surface to make it more difficult. One of the more advanced exercises you can do after an ankle injury is a single leg squat to a calf raise. This combines range of motion, strengthening, and multi-directional stability. Once you've returned to your sport, it's recommended that you maintain some of these more advanced exercises for 2 to 3 weeks to help prevent re-injury.
To learn more about the sports medicine program, visit freighter.com/sports.
They are traditionally two of the top boys volleyball teams in the state.
That's right, Lance. Brookfield East and Marquette went head-to-head Wednesday night. Scott Babler was on hand for the Preps Plus Spotlight.
It's always an electric atmosphere when Greater Metro Powers Marquette and Brookfield East meet on the court. But with both squads among the top 5 teams in the state, this one had some added juice. Home team hanging tough early. Jacob Cerny goes high for the kill. Set 1 is even at 9. But the Hilltopper power game starts to take over. Nicholas Rondinelli with a vicious blast. Marquette starts to pull away, up 18-13. Then it's Robert Lauer, and the senior co-captain finds an opening. The Topper lead is now 7. Finally, on set point, William McNabb slams home the winner. Marquette rolls in set 1, 25-16. The Spartans come out strong in set 2. Nick Watry winds up and finds the corner, 13-12 Brookfield East. But the Toppers answer with a 7-0 run. Here's Liam Schrader off the head of Spartan Noah Wilges. Then it's Schrader one more time, making it look easy off the weak return. Marquette up by 6. Finally on set point, it's Rondinelli again with this rocket winner. Hilltoppers take set 2, 25-18. And there is no let up for Marquette in set number 3. Schrader skies for the block. Toppers jump out 9-1. Later, it's senior co-captain Evan Dorschner just inside the back line as Marquette increases their lead. Finally, on match point, Watry's spike is rejected by topper Aiden Frazier to seal it for the visitors. Marquette wins set 3, 25-9 to complete a dominating 3-0 sweep.
We had all cylinders going, and I mean, the whole team was hitting well, we were blocking well. Every aspect of our game was really flowing together, and there's good synergy within each one of us.
We serve tough. I mean, that's the nature of our team. If we're able to get these strong serving runs, we're able to put a lot of pressure on teams, and luckily we were able to do that tonight.
After winning the state title 3 out of 4 years, the Toppers fell short last fall. They are certainly on track for redemption.
We definitely remember state last year, and that's definitely still in the back of our minds. And we're going to use that as motivation to hopefully put another banner up in our gym.
That's a wrap for tonight.
And remember, Mark, we are on each and every Sunday night after football and the late local news on today's TMJ4. Until then, I'm Lance Allen.
And I'm Mark Stewart. We'll see you next week on Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential.